Your cat is not stretching because they love you. I know that hurts, but stay with me because the real reason is way weirder and way funnier than you think. And by the end of this video, you might actually change your mind about whether they love you or not. If you own a cat, you've seen this 1,000 times. You get home or you wake up, and your cat looks right at you and drops into this long, slow stretch. Front paws out, back arched, sometimes a yawn thrown in like you're the most boring thing they've ever seen. Everyone assumes it means, they're happy to see me. But there's a lot more going on, and some of it is honestly pretty funny once you get it. Here's the weird part. There's actually a real name for this, and once you hear it, you'll never forget it. It's called pandiculation, a fancy word for that full body stretch that happens right after resting. Dogs do it, humans do it, even lions do it. The difference is when we do it, we look like we're having some kind of medical event. When cats do it, they look like they're posing for a magazine cover. Cats sleep a lot. Like a lot. 12 to 16 hours a day, some lazy ones push past 18. That's basically 2/3 of their life spent napping. So when they wake up, their muscles have been sitting still for hours, and the stretch is their body hitting the reset button. It gets blood flowing, loosens up the joints, and preps them to go from zero energy blob on the couch to ready to sprint across the house at 3 in the morning for no reason. Cats also have the most flexible spine out there. They don't have a collarbone locked in place like we do, and their spine has way more vertebrae with extra cartilage between them. That's the same reason they can squeeze into a box that's clearly too small and fall from crazy heights and still land on their feet. That flexibility is exactly why the stretch looks so dramatic. They can arch their back into this insane curve, push the front legs out into basically a yoga pose, and stretch every single muscle from nose to tail in one smooth motion. Yoga instructors charge $100 an hour to teach humans to move half as smooth as your cat does before breakfast. But here's the part almost nobody knows. Why does this happen specifically when they see you? If it was just about waking up, they'd do it whether you were there or not. But so many owners notice their cat almost waits for them to walk in before busting out the big stretch. And this is where most people get it completely wrong. Because it actually comes down to trust, and not the cute kind you'd expect. When a cat stretches out fully in front of you, they're making themselves completely vulnerable. In the wild, if a predator showed up while an animal was mid-stretch, legs extended, body exposed, there'd be no quick way to defend themselves. So a cat willing to stretch out fully next to you is basically saying, I don't see you as a threat. That's a huge compliment coming from an animal that treats a plastic bag falling off a table like a life or death situation. So that stretch when they see you isn't random. It's the cat noticing you walked in, feeling safe enough to drop their guard, and using that moment to fully relax. It's less, I love you so much I have to stretch, and more, oh, it's just you, now I can actually relax, which is still a compliment, just a lot less romantic when you put it that way. Now here's where it gets even more interesting. There's a social side to this too. Cats have a reputation for being independent, but they're not walking around as emotionless robots either. Some researchers believe stretching in front of a specific person can become part of a greeting ritual, almost a routine your cat builds just for you. Combine it with the slow blink, the tail flick, maybe a little meow, and you basically get the cat version of, hey, you're back. What about the yawn that usually comes with it? A lot of people assume it means the cat is bored of them, and sometimes maybe it is, but the yawn is also part of that waking up process. It helps regulate oxygen and release tension. So when your cat stretches, yawns, and then stares directly into your soul for a few seconds, that's not judgment, even though it looks exactly like judgment. And here's the moment that really proves all of this. Notice the difference between a cat that trusts you and one that doesn't. A nervous or rescued cat barely stretches at all around new visitors, staying tense and ready to bolt under the bed at the first sudden move. But that same cat, after living with you for a while, suddenly starts doing full dramatic stretches right in front of you like it's nothing. That shift is the real proof. You've been promoted from stranger danger to safe enough to expose my belly to. And that's not something a cat gives out for free. Speaking of the belly, watch out for a common mistake here. A lot of owners see the belly exposed and think it's an invitation for belly rubs. Most of the time it's not. It's a trust signal, not a please touch me here signal. The belly is one of the most sensitive spots on a cat's body, and while some cats genuinely love belly rubs, a lot of them will grab your hand with all 4 paws the second you try it. So let's go back to that question from the start. Does your cat stretch because they love you? Not exactly, but honestly, it might be something even better. That 2-second stretch carries a surprising amount of information. It's the body releasing tension after rest. It's the flexible spine allowing this exaggerated motion. And it's the cat showing they feel safe enough around you to be completely exposed without fear. It's not just muscles adjusting, it's trust, biology, and maybe a little bit of showing off, all packed into a moment most people never even think twice about. If this kind of cat trivia messes with your head in the best way, go watch the next video because there's a lot more going on with your cat than you probably realize.